Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our Rockwell 3 from our Privilege collection. This is a two-roomed compact tunnel design tent with a bedroom at the back and living space at the front that can sleep up to 3 people. A really nice feature on the tent is this built-in canopy off the front here, which is going to give you a good amount of shelter from any rain coming into the tent itself, and also perhaps just a little shaded area if you're lucky enough for it to be a really nice sunny day. Coming into the tent itself, it's a good sized front door, making sure that you can get your kit in and out the tent no problem at all. Obviously the door itself can be fully zipped and closed. You'll find that then just behind the door we actually have a full mesh door on here as well. So if you want to keep the tent well ventilated, we can simply zip that all the way across here, keeping out the bugs but giving you that little bit more comfort for ventilation. Just at the top, you may be able to just see through here, we actually have a lantern hanging point, and then what we have on the inside of the tent is some cable tidies which actually run all the way down to where our cable entry point is. So that just allows us to bring electrics in through this point here, just instead of having any cables running in through the door itself, so you can still keep that sealed. The ground sheet here is actually fully sealed from front to back and side to side, so you're not getting any drafts in under the tent. You're going to keep out any sort of dirt and sand and dust and things like that, and also keep out those unwanted bugs. The material itself is of a good quality. It's highly durable and totally waterproof with a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimeters. You can see again around us we have really large windows which I think really accentuate the space in the tent, making it feel really nice and big. Each window then has its own curtain though, so if you want to, you can simply just toggle up these curtains either halfway, or we can bring them all the way up to the top to fully close them. Along the top here, you'll also find that we have good mesh ventilation panels, again that correspond to outside ventilation on the tent too. At the back is where you'll find the sleeping compartment, and as I said earlier on, this sleeps up to 3 people. A nice feature here is that it comes pre-attached, so when it comes to setting up the tent, this will already be done for you, so that's one less job that you need to worry about. Inside the bedroom, you'll find that we have large mesh ventilation panels across the back here, which just correspond to outside ventilation on the tent. And down to the corner here, you'll find that we also have some handy storage pockets too. The door itself can just be easily stowed away into a side pocket there, just to keep it out of the way when it is fully opened. So coming outside, we'll just talk you through some of the features here. We'll be starting with our Flysheet. Now this is our Airtex 3000. This is a 75 denier taffeta polyester which has been PU coated from the inside. All of the seams have then been fully taped, and it has a hydrostatic head of 3000 millimeters, ensuring that it is going to be totally waterproof. The frame that we use on the tent from front to back is our Duratec fiberglass poles, so nice and strong fiberglass poles here, and what we also do is colour code them just to make sure that when we are pitching the tent it's going to be nice and simple for you to do. We also then have our wind stabilisers on this tent here, and I'll just show you how these work. All we have to do when setting up is just take these Velcro tabs, we wrap them round the poles and fasten them into place using the Velcro straps that are on them. You find there's one at the top and at the bottom of the poles around the side, and this is where our guy lines are attached, so when we pull these out, it actually pulls the entire Flysheet against the frame of the tent, making the whole thing nice and taut, and that increases the overall stability of the tent. Even in high wind conditions you'll find this nice and stable. The guy lines themselves are our luminous guy lines, so hopefully that will stop you from tripping over them quite as easily. And what you will just find is we have this Velcro loop just down here, which is our guy line retainer, so when it comes to packing down the tent we can wrap up the guy lines in our hands and pop them in here so that the next time you come to use them they're easily accessible and you don't have a big tangled mess of guy lines that you have to waste your time untangling. We also then have large mesh ventilation panels on either side of the tent, so we already showed you these from the inside with the mesh panel behind, but we can just simply drop these down if we want to by removing the Velcro tabs and then push them down like so, and there is another one at the back of the tent as well. So to finalise, we have a couple of optional extras available for the tent, including a footprint to go underneath the ground sheet. There's also a carpet available to go inside just for that extra little bit of luxury as well. So that's all of the features of our Rockwell 3 from our Privilege collection. Thanks very much for watching.